Welcome to the Dark Mantis Talk Show, hosted by Jeanette Michelle, the author of Michael, Taking Care of Henry, You Can Say Them All, Milici Keonis, and Tapestry.
Welcome to the Dark Mantis Talk Show. Today's show will be hosted by Jeanette Michelle and co-hosted by DJ Jack Puck. Today's topics are all about kitchen gadgets and dating for the 30 and older. So there is 28 and a half minutes of show time. So sit back and stay tuned for more of the Dark Mantis Talk. On this segment, we're going to be talking about kitchen gadgets. And most households have an excessive amount of kitchen gadgets. I have DJ Jack Puck with me, and we're going to talk about several kitchen gadgets that I have acquired over a period of time. And you get so many gadgets that you forget about what you have in your household. Sometimes you just leave it laying around and it get rusty.
Collect dust.
It collects dust, and you really shouldn't do that if you have so many gadgets. You really should pick a gadget, like maybe a week or one per week, and utilize that gadget. Or if you're going to get rid of it, give it away or sell it. You know, they have things like Craigslist and eBay, not that I'm advertising, that you can get rid of your gadgets. My very first gadget I have is the sandwich maker, and I purchased this over 15 years ago. And I've used it just recently. And as you can see, it's kind of worn. I took it apart and cleaned it. And these older gadgets, it's not like the newer ones. It's more easier to take out the components and clean it. This, I have to actually really take it apart, unscrew it, and get between there, like with everything I had, like maybe grilled cheese and things like that, was stuck like down inside of that. But this is really good. Still works like brand new.
So it still performs
just like when I bought it.
Okay.
Grilled cheese. You can make pancakes. Pancakes, cornbread muffins, blueberry muffins, scones. I even had made apple turnovers in that. And you can tell that it's been worn. I got my perfect little use out of it. You can see that the lettering is missing on that. But the best thing when you have gadgets like this, that's why I said I chose a kitchen gadget day, because you forget to use your wonderful gadgets. And this is just one of the first gadgets that I purchased. And I'm going to move on to the next kitchen gadget. This is a bread maker that was gifted to me maybe about 6-7 years ago. I didn't get the booklet to it, and it had at one time, it had the numbers that you can see the menu up there, so you can choose the number if you want to bake quick bread or just make dough and things like that. I'm still using it. One of my gadgets that I use frequently for making bread and cakes and things like that. And this is the utensil that's in it. You see it's still in fair working condition. And what I do is I always take this out after I'm baking something and clean it out, because you can't really scrub it out because it has that Teflon type of material.
And what do you usually clean the inside with? I
use like on the really inside, like of the grilling, the baking area of this, you really should clean it out, like wait till it cools down and clean it off with like maybe a damp rag or something to get out the crumbs or something that probably falls in there. But the actual basket itself, I would use like a sponge.
Okay.
I wouldn't use any hard abrasion to it, because you don't want to scrub it, you get off the little coating that it has on it.
Right.
But as you can see, it has different menus you can push, like 1, 2. This is the menu here, the stop and start, and then they have the menu here. And I've used it so much that I wore off what is what. Like I think number 8 is dough. I remember that. Then you have one like 8 or you have 7 and 6, one for quick bread, one for cakes and things like that. So it's really handy. It's good to use, like if you want to make breads, if you want to make a quick cake or something like that. For 2 minutes, I think it's 2 minutes and 58 seconds to make a basic cake, like a box cake. And like if you want to make a pizza, and you don't want to blend the dough for yourself, you don't want to mix up the dough, you can put it in there, like make it knead the dough for you. Just take it out for your pizza bread. So it's a lot of main functions that you could do with this bread maker. I mean, it is very, very good to use. Like for those days, like you want just that warm hot bread, like if you're eating chili or something like that, this is good to have. And this is like I think a Sunbeam or something, but this is a really good model here for a kitchen gadget. Can't beat it. You can tell it's been used.
I think it's pretty durable too.
It is durable. Just think about it. I haven't had it now. It was given to me from my mother. She had it like maybe a couple of years, and then she gave it to me. So it's probably 7 years old. No, I take that back. It's about 10 years old, this bread maker.
Wow.
So that's pretty good. Like I said, when you have your gadgets, you need to keep them clean and dust free. Even though you're not using it often, you just need to take it and clean it out or whatever, just to make sure you give it that little, they say, kind of spit shine, you know, not new, you know it's been used, but you still want to keep it clean and dust free. And also check it to make sure that it works. So that's one of my next biggest, one of the biggest kitchen gadgets that I have. What do you have for kitchen gadgets?
KitchenAid.
See, and that's the one that everybody wants because it does everything.
It's heavy.
It's a heavy. I've seen it advertised. I said that's probably the next gadget that I'm gonna
I think
get.
it was given to my wife because because the person that did have it, originally had it. They got tired of toting it from one side of the counter to the other because they said it is extremely heavy. I think it's like maybe 35, 40 pounds, and you just.
And see, that's why I have the baker's rack.
That,
That's why you need a baker's rack, so you can put all your gadgets, kitchen gadgets on there, because you have so many. Well, I know I have so many. So I have to have a place for each and every gadget, and it just won't hold enough. So that's the next big item that I have as far as a kitchen gadget. This is another nifty gadget that I happened to see on television one night, which is the Magic Bullet. And it does so many wonderful things. It makes anything from frozen drinks to chicken salads, turkey salads, also chocolate mousses. So you could do things like that. There are more things that you could create with this. It also can make guacamole. So this is just awesome. Here are the attachments that go with like 2 different blade settings for the Magic Bullet, and it does crush ice wonderful. Like you can make like the mocha frappes that they have that you might get out at the stores. I mean, just generally it's just great. And you have the different types of cups. It comes like several mugs, like maybe 6 mugs, different mugs, and you have like covering tops, like if you want to blend something and keep it and put it in the refrigerator or freezer. You also have like the miniature little blending cups, just in case like you want to chop and make some salsa. You can make your own fresh salsa.
And I also know they're all shaped like bullets.
Exactly, it's made like bullets. But these are very neat, nifty, easy to clean. You can put these in the dishwasher safe. And cleaning these are easy too. So this is, had this for a while, but it is really, really good to use. And like I said, once again, gadgets like these, you just need to keep them clean, keep the blades clean, and clean around there to make sure that you don't have any like residue left over from whatever you made.
Wow.
So this is really good to make like frozen drinks and frozen margaritas and things like that. Now the next item that we're going to use is what people are starting to rave about, is the Vitamixer. And this was gifted to me.
See, I thought it was a blender.
Yeah, and you can use it like a blender. You can make soups. You can make frozen. You can make ice cream. all sorts of things with this. I mean, it's handy, neat, little gadgets, but it's just amazing to me that it can make soups and heat it up like that. Easy to clean, easy to take off and stuff. I keeps it off or whatever from time to time and clean it, like put my little dishwashing detergent liquid in there and just hit the blender and get all the residue out of there to clean the blades. But this crushes ice as well. And it has a book of so many different things that you can make with this, like the smoothies, wonderful smoothies. You would have thought since I had the magic bullet that would have been enough, but since this was a gift, this was an awesome gift for pureeing foods and things like that. So this is a great item as well. Now, as I just move this over on that side, thank you, my little assistant here. This next thing was looking at TV once again. Not exactly me this time, but it was Mom looking at TV. And she's seen it's from Wolfgang Puck. It's his pastry maker. So it has two big things. So you can put like your pastries in there, and then you can put like your fruit, or if you want to make a quiche, or you want to make something like a what you call it, like cobbler, peach cobbler, apple cobbler, muffins. You can do that with these things. I've tried it twice. I've cooked eggs in these.
Oh, wow.
I've scrambled eggs in this.
It's a non-scratch, non-stick surface.
So you just easy to clean. You know, clean it with like a nice little sponge cloth. Nothing that's really hard to braise it, but yeah, I scrambled some eggs in these. You probably can make little muffins and cornbread muffins or pancake muffins. So this is really nice to have also. These things, like I said, you have to keep them clean. For me, like I said, you pick a gadget day.
Correct.
Like, cause you know, if you're the type of person, you know, some people, we buy these things and we just forget that they're there. And they're just sitting there on a baker's rack or somewhere in the cabinet, and you're like, oh, I forgot all about this. And you just should take a day, pick a day, and choose a gadget that you want to use. You know, cook little things, little fun things. Make little pastries. Like after this, you can make little pastries. With your Vitamixer, you can do little things like ice cream. Sherbets and things like that, soups and shakes. I mean, it's just amazing all the things you can do. Now, I got one more thing that I want to use. I'll show the audience and everyone. Another gadget, and you can see I've used this.
I noticed that.
You can see that it's worn, and you can also see that it has got its fair share. And this is the George Foreman.
Now, you know, I don't mean to
grill.
cut you off, but you know, I have never owned a George Foreman grill. Never have. And I guess, you know, it never just comes to my mind, oh, let me buy a George Foreman grill.
Oh, they have, this is one of the ones that was like one of the earlier models. You know how they have better George Foreman grills as of today. They even have one that you could use outside and bring on the inside and utilize. It's like a little dome. And I'm sure you've seen them where you can sit there and grill on the inside like days you don't feel like cooking out. You bring it inside and do your grill, and you can put your little, you know, smoke in there, liquid smoke in there, and make like hamburgers or whatever. People that eat meat, hamburgers, well, you know, people that are vegetarians such as DJ Jack Puck and myself, we might make some veggie burgers, whatever. You put that on the grill or skewers or whatever. This is basically the same, like, let me see, I had my fair share, and it has drippers that goes under, so the stuff that drip down into the drippers, and I forgot to bring that out. But, you know, I spray my little oil on there, and if you like want to do like steaks, if you want to do chicken, you want to do fish, you put that on there.
And how long does it take for
it has
meats or foods to get done? How long? Like for us, like a veggie steak?
A veggie burger, I would say it wouldn't take no more than maybe about 3 or 4 minutes if it's unthawed. I would think. I have done like steaks that's not really just thawed, you know, just semi. It cooks pretty well. Chicken, not for me, not steaks for me, but for my family. I did steaks, I did salmon, I did chicken, even veggie bacon or beef bacon for those that eat beef bacon. I have done that all on this fat-free little grill. So it's just so many things that you could do. It's so many recipes and things you could take the time out. Like had a busy day or you worked all day, and there's a lot of working mothers, a lot of working fathers, and working people generally. You don't have time to just take out whole meals and stuff. You can use things like this. And I have another gadget which I'm not showing. It's called like the Ninja, and that's good for like roasting chicken that's frozen. You take out a frozen piece of chicken or fish and cook it in that gadget.
And it will do a turkey the same way for Thanksgiving.
Well, it's not big enough for a turkey, but it's big enough for a small little hen.
Okay.
And you can put that in that Ninja. You can put that little small hen in that Ninja, and it could be frozen, and it'll cook it through and through in a matter of minutes. I do my chilies and stuff, and any types of greens, or you can do, like I said, chicken or any fish, anything, any type of vegetable. My preference to cook spaghetti in there, because I cook my spaghetti a certain way, and I don't like to throw all my ingredients in one big pot. But this segment is for those that have these gadgets that you just have lying around and you don't use them. Take time out and use your gadgets. You're not going to use your gadgets. Clean them, give them away, gift them to someone, or either if you're going to sell them. But just make sure when you have your kitchen gadgets, keep up with your manuals. Keep your manuals, because it's sometimes hard to get a hold of manuals. Now they have places online that you could get manuals for things that you don't have. Like I found a place where I can get a manual for my bread maker. Oh. But it's best to keep your manuals with your items, or write down what's on top of your gadgets, what menu to choose, just like the bread maker, for example, that I had, and then everything was just wiped off, just like any of my gadgets. Right. So that whoever you give it to, or if you sell it, they have something to go by. Correct. That's the best thing. I agree with that. That you don't want to just give someone something and they don't have a manual. I mean, they won't know how to, utilize the apparatus that you're giving them. So that was what you should do when you have a kitchen gadget day, and cook your meals and be creative, do something new and fun.
If you are interested in being a guest on the Dark Mantis Talk Show, email Jeanette Michelle at michellej@iamdark.com. Please include a brief bio and contact information. Today's fun fact will be about dishwashers. The first inventor of the dishwasher was Joel Houghton in 1850. It was a little workable, not the best of dishwasher, but he was the first actual inventor of the dishwasher that patented dishwasher. Then comes along Miss Josephine Cochran in 1886, who felt that she can do a better job of inventing the dishwasher. She said if anyone can make a dishwasher, a better dishwasher, she can do it herself. So as you can see, there are pictures that I came across of the old dishwasher, like the schematics and the patents of the dishwasher that they had at that time, which was hard to dig up pictures of the actual dishwasher. And here is also an advertisement of the hand wash dishwasher that was done by hand. And of course, this is Josephine Cochran at a later date. Now that was our fun fact for today's show.
With online dating is basically like when you go to a bar and there's a lot of duds sitting at the bar, and those are the ones that offer you a drink. That's been my experience with them. You have some that come out telling you what you want to hear, but they care more about what's below the head than they do about what, getting to know you to see what you're about. That's been my experience anyway. So far, I'm sure there's others, and you gotta go through a lot of rotten apples. But it's just like sometimes you just gotta understand when a bad batch and go to another market. So, yeah, that's been my experience. Mm, I would recommend it still. It's not like I would condemn it because it works for some. You just gotta basically, as long as you know what you want, and that's the key point to me. If knowing exactly what you want and knowing yourself, then you probably can be successful because you'll be better at picking. And I think it's something I'm still having to work on, is knowing exactly what I want. And because if you don't, then it's just really, it's not going to work, and you're going to get more confused than you are anything else.
I think dating has become more difficult in the last 10 years or so, especially for persons in the 40 and over age group. It seems like men are looking for younger women, for one thing, and it just seems to be very difficult to meet people. You just don't meet people the way that you used to out and about. You don't meet them at the grocery store, you don't meet them at church, and it seems like online dating is the way to go. But even at that, people just don't take time to get to know one another. They just seem to be out for one thing. That's been my experience.
Okay. You've heard the two women give their perspective on internet dating. Now, I know that you're married, but and it has been a while since you dated, but you do know about dating, and you wasn't always married. Give your perspective on dating versus years ago to now, like the present, with all the online dating. You don't really hear about people just going out and meeting someone. It's more online now. So what is your view on that? Because you didn't deal with any of that.
No, I have friends that did online dating, and it was successful,
Mm-hmm.
But it was still the same. I think now people are abusing it right now. I think
Right.
they're
more,
abusing it
mm-hmm.
now, and people getting their feelings hurt.
And it's a scam.
Yeah, and see with men, I know the other women said that men want this certain thing,
mm-hmm.
want this certain part of their body and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, get used to it. They shouldn't stop it. I'm a man myself, and with men, we have our purpose.
Okay.
We have an agenda. An
Okay.
agenda comes like, either we're going to go out there and play, or either we're going to find some lady that we want to be our girlfriend, wife, or sex. I'm just keeping it real. Sex. And I don't think a woman should get offended, if he does come across as being, sexist or
mm-hmm.
inappropriate, then you know how to cut it off and say, well, and
We're not looking for the same thing.
yeah, we're not looking for the same thing, and move on. But don't get offended because you're like, oh, he's talking about, he wants to get to my apple pie. All that, who cares?
Well, see, people need to understand, just like you just mentioned, it's called dating. I know the general purpose for most people to be online is to meet someone. But you have to understand, in order to meet that perfect one, you're going to have to go through so many. Some people get offended, and one guy said this to me. He said that he gets offended that a person starts talking to them, but then you can see them online talking to other people. I said, but, they have to meet that person that's suitable for them, so they can't just talk to you because it may not work. That's why they call it dating.
Yeah, I know. Well, what he should do then is get into speed dating, and therefore he could talk to this person for a certain amount of minutes, then move on to the next person, and everybody is constantly moving.
Right.
And speaking to each other. So therefore, you can't. You can't be sitting up and saying, well, man, I want to finish the conversation with her. Because whatever conversation that you started,
it's going to end.
It's going to
just
end.
Like that. Now, see, I haven't tried that yet. Now, I've done the online thing, setting up an account and trying to meet someone, just to say that I've done it. And you meet some weird people, and you meet some people that I could say like have a facade of saying they're one thing and then they're another. And you meet people, and this is the thing, audience. If you're gonna do the online thing, be honest about what you look like or who you are. If you're 5'3", just say you're 5'3". If you're 5'5", just say you're 5'5". A lot of people put a lot of false information out there, or they'll put a picture there when they were like 20, and then when you see them, they look like they're 75.
Well, I think because that stems from them of the anxiety. That's the anxiety that that I want to be accepted. I want someone to talk to me. I want to be accepted. I want someone to tell me, certain things that makes me feel good. And so that builds on it, which creates them to make up things.
So it's all about looks and image.
Of course, nobody wants no jacked up person. I mean, you see the physical, you visualize the physical. I mean, everything's physical, and you see things first. After you see it, then you want to know what it sounds like.
You want to experience. You want to.
Yeah, I mean,
you want to see it in person because you see that picture. You want to see that person in person to see if they really look like that picture.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that ladies should or the male counterpart should go out there and do a makeup job before they start dating. But if you feel comfortable with your appearance, go out there.
Well, apparently we don't have enough time for this. Probably on another segment, I would give my input on how my exact experience went on the online dating. There's just so many different things that you could just encounter. They said the sky's the limit, and there's just a lot of people out there that are doing a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing, and there are a lot of scammers. But on that note, I hope you enjoyed this segment of the Dark Mantis Talk Show with DJ Jack Huck and me, and perhaps you can join us on the next episode. So until the next time, remember, feng shui is every day. Ciao.
If you are interested in being a guest on the Dark Mantis Talk Show, email Jeanette Michelle at michellej@iamdark.com. Please include a brief bio and contact information. This episode of Dark Mantis Talk Show was sponsored by